All right, it is 7:03. We're going to start our meeting. I am Amber Harris. I have an 8th grader at Scripps, so this is my last year. I am currently the PTO president. Amy, you're up.
Oh, sorry. My name is Amy Pirro. I have a 6th grader at Scripps, so I will be the only one sticking around. Yeah, and I'm the vice president.
I'm Melissa Bartell, and I am the treasurer for the PTO at Scripps. And I have an 8th grader, and I'll be back happily in 2 more years with my next one.
And then our current secretary, Kim, is unable to make it this evening. She has been graciously helping us, though, with a lot of our emails and taking care of any inquiries about positions for next year, which we'll discuss later in the agenda. First thing on the agenda would be our principal's message from Dr. Haas.
Thank you. Just kind of bring everyone up to speed, excuse me, on where we're at. We are knee-deep in assessments right now, and statewide assessments. We just wrapped up our PSAT, which was with our 8th graders for Dragon Virtual, and our in-person. Went very well, thanks to a lot of hard work from our 8th grade teachers, and specifically Mr. McKay, who had everything organized and ready to go. So it's good to have that in the rear view. Students seem to do well and get through the testing without too many glitches. So that was good to have. That was more of an old school packet and pencil assessment. And now this week we jumped right into our M-STEP. We wrapped up our 8th grade Dragon Virtual portion of the M-STEP today and had them come in, set up the gymnasium, had it all set up for them. And then we'll continue in with some of our in-person M-STEP moving forward too. And then in about a week, we go to 7th grade M-STEP. And then in about 2 weeks or so, we go to 6th grade M-STEP. So we'll be M-STEPing it right into May. So that's just part of the deal. We're happy to do it, and we'll get through it. And staff's been super flexible. If this year has taught us anything, it is that we are flexible people, and that it will be okay. So when things have a throw curve, that we can move pretty quickly to get that all set up. And then we are starting to considering if it's halfway through April, it's basically June is the way we look at the calendar at school, because things move so quickly. So we are setting up and starting to prepare our end of the year activities. Obviously, the current situation of the world we live in plays a role with that, just like last spring. But we're hoping that this spring we can end with some of our events intact. We've been talking with some of our different programs like band and choir to see about possible spring concerts. And we're really hoping that we can put together, we're also talking about some stuff with NJHS and getting our 7th graders inducted. And the big one for us as well is 8th grade celebration, to try to be able to put something together for our 8th graders who have been such troopers through the past couple year and a half anyways, that we can in some way honor them the way they deserve to be honored. So where the PTO comes into that is some of the ideas that's been thrown out is to kind of do a student only celebration at the end of one of the school days, where we can bring the 8th graders together, kind of go through the traditional format of the 8th grade celebrations, where we have MCs still that are able to do their speeches. We could record it. We could probably even live stream it the way we do our athletic games, so people could watch from home or go back and watch it later at night if they wanted to. And then the idea is trying to have something special for them, like what we're calling like a swag bag or something that we can put together that we can give them. And maybe for our 8th graders, it includes some Lake Orion High School type things as well as they get ready to head to the high school. But the idea of maybe some sort of swag bag, maybe at the very end of it, ideally if the weather's participating or cooperating, or just find appropriate space in the building to kind of have like an end of the day ice cream treat, maybe decorate the gym up a little bit for them. So those are types of things that we might be coming back for asking for some help, for some volunteers or some resources / funds for those types of things, just to kind of get on your radar. We're not firm on a date yet. Usually our date for 8th grade celebration at Scripps is the Thursday before the high school graduation. That might shift depending on how everything's going right now. And I will say that just so you guys know, Walden and Oakview and Scripps, we're all three of us are kind of working together to make sure that we're kind of doing something similar for all of our 8th graders. Historically, we always kind of do something. It's always a little different, but it's kind of the same spirit behind it. So we want to make sure we're continuing that as well. Unless there's questions, that is all I've got.
I don't
All
have
right.
any. All right, thank you very much.
Yep.
I guess I do have a question. Who's heading up 8th grade celebration? Because it used to be Mrs. Bengazer.
And that, Amber, is a great question.
Okay, great. I guess that's the answer too.
Yep, I will get back to you on that.
Okay, well, let me know how we can help.
All right, thank you.
Next on our agenda would be we have a board buddy, and that is Birgit McQuiston. Do you have anything to add tonight?
I don't have any grand update from the board. I do want to point out that I know that the Scripps bond team has been meeting, and I think you're in some early stages of planning, and I know that's going well. And there's a lot of exciting things going on around that in the entire district for that matter. I just want to bring to anyone's attention that is interested in pursuing more information about what's going on with your bond dollars, that on our main webpage, Mark Snyder has done a great job. Gosh, I think there's still a button on it. I've taken it for granted that there still is. And you can go connect to that and find out where we're at with any of the phases that we're in with any of the buildings. So it's going to get more and more exciting for Scripps as that planning goes on, and you get to see what's going on with your building. We're actually meeting in person now as a board. We're allowed to do that with the governor's rules. We've been allowed to do that. So that's probably the biggest exciting thing going on for us. And that means it's been hard to keep up with what the legislation has done and with what the governor's done with some of the executive orders and the rules and the laws, and they keep flipping and changing. But if you want to do public participation at a board meeting, you actually have to show up at a board meeting at this point. There's no more emailing them in, or you can't Zoom in to it. You can watch it and live stream it, but you can't do a remote public participation. So that's all I've got. Dan, you said halfway through April is basically June. That totally scares me. So, because it's snowing outside, and we got a lot to do between now and then. So if anybody has any questions, please don't hesitate to ask or email me.
Great, thank you so much, Birgit. Next on our agenda would be our oh so quiet treasurer with the treasurer's report.
Thank you for that lovely introduction, Amber. I really appreciate it. You can see that the principal and the vice principal are laughing. Evidently, for those of you who don't know, I'm the one who has some sort of poor record for saying things I'm not supposed to. So let's just clear that up right now. You won't have to deal with me next year. So nothing really bad. Our treasurer's report is that we have $11,765.87 in our account. We have only one outstanding request, which was not submitted officially, but the media center, Mrs. Lowe, has asked that we help with her budget. She has worked really hard to do some fundraising for the virtual reality systems for the media. And we have agreed as a board that we will put $500 toward her budget. So I need to write that check in the next 10 days. We also received a thank you note from Mrs. Lowe in the library because, well, I'll just read it. Dear PTO, thank you for your great generosity. The Media Center program is so thankful for your donation. The Jonathan Rand author visit was a great success. The Media Center was able to purchase the entire Michigan Chillers book series and his latest book from his new series. I had a slew of boys in the Media Center eager to check the books out after the visit. You can ask your child to view the recording in their grade level team in Microsoft Teams. Your support is invaluable. Thank you again, Becky Lowe. So we also have $500 going out for that. We have another $250 that I'm still working on getting back from a previous donation for conference meals. So that will be increasing our budget. We are also still selling spiritware, but obviously we're kind of doing it remotely. We have set the next year up for inventory. That's the word I'm looking for inventory. So that should boost our totals, but obviously at almost $12,000, we're not doing so poorly, starting you off in the next year. Other than that, what am I missing, Amber? I can't think of anything.
I don't think anything from a treasury perspective. We will set a budget later tonight on our own for staff appreciation, and then we'll discuss that at the next meeting. That should be the only other funds that come out, unless at our last meeting, any teachers or staff request anything from us.
Yeah.
Do we have, I should ask, do we have money coming out again for Science Alive? I swear I ask this every meeting though.
No.
For next year?
No, it would probably be next year, but we have not had another Science Alive, and we had paid the down payment last year. So I assume that down payment kind of is rolling, but we have not paid that total $875 or something. But it's in our budget, so I don't see that as an issue.
But again, setting them up for next year, the down payment's already done, so they'll just have the final payment, assuming that were to be able to occur next year.
Have that, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget where we're at with that.
I know, it's okay. I think that's it.
Okay.
Are there any questions? No? I think we're good.
Okay, great. So I think the only thing left on our budget, let me just double check, or on our agenda is, yeah, I mean, staff appreciation is coming up the week of May 3rd. So we are going to discuss that on our own in a separate meeting after this meeting, so that we can try to set up that and do some brainstorming.
So let's describe to everybody what staff appreciation is. Staff appreciation is the first full, is it the full week? The first full week in May, starts May 3rd. And we usually do some sort of activity for the entire staff every day. Obviously it would be something we can drop off since we don't go into the building at this point, but so we're looking for ideas. We have some ideas. Dr. Haas is going to ask tomorrow at their staff meeting what everybody's looking for. And then one day during that time, we usually do a lunch, and that's in our budget. So this is part of what we usually do. We're open to anybody who would be interested in helping with staff appreciation. It's not a bunch of work, but it's enough that we would love for anybody who's interested to let us know, and we'll send you the meeting notice, and we're going to hold it right after this meeting. Sorry, I took that over.
That's fine. The only other thing we have on the agenda would be nominations for next year. Three of us are aging out, and Melissa, myself, and Kim all have 8th graders, and we'll be moving on to high school. Scary thought. And Amy will be staying. She has a 6th grader, and then eventually we'll have her youngest coming up. She's in 4th grade, right? Yeah. So Amy is staying, and so graciously willing to keep up with the board stuff, even if she were to be alone, but we're hoping that doesn't happen. So we believe that we have a few attendees that are interested in that. Should we have them write in the Q&A if they're How should we do this? Suggestions?
So if they want to say anything, if they raise their hands, then I can open up their ability to talk. Mark was explaining this to me earlier, so
Okay, great.
they can join. I just need to see a raised hand and then I'll let them in.
Okay, if you are attending this meeting and you're interested in joining or being nominated for a position for our board for next year, please raise your hand. We know we've gotten some emails from several people as well that are interested. We know everyone wasn't able to attend this evening.
All right, Ms. Miller's coming in.
Hi, my name's Amanda. I am currently the treasurer for the last 4 years at Orion Oaks. So originally I was thinking I would just help with staff appreciation. If you need a treasurer, I am happy to do the treasurer role. So if nobody has stepped
Amanda,
up
I
that,
can guarantee you that the treasurer role at Scripps is easier than what you've been doing at Orion Oaks.
it is definitely a lot on the elementary, which is fine. I mean, I work part-time, I work at a bank, so it's not like, you know, foreign to me. I've been in banking for 14 years now, so.
We have
it's-
made this as easy as possible. If you're interested in continuing with a treasurer position, I can tell you I work full-time and it's like keeping a checkbook. It's very easy.
Yeah, it's fun for me, but it's definitely a lot on the elementary.
Yeah, and I believe, Amanda, all of us have done elementary as well, so we're very familiar with both elementary and middle school, and I kind of concur with Melissa that we do so much. We're so much more hands off. I don't want to say we do a lot less, but we're so much more hands off. The teachers don't need us nearly as much. We don't have as many activities for the kids, so it is a lot more limited on where we're needed. This year has been very unique. I mean, Amy hasn't even been in the building to like see even where our closet is where we keep our stuff. So all of our spirit wares is in one of our board members' homes. Like, so we've had some different stuff happening out of the ordinary, but Melissa and I have already told Amy we're not gonna like dump this on the board, the new board, and we'd be happy to be partners with you guys next year because there are so many things that are different that no one's gonna know. So, and that's now recorded, so
Yeah.
everybody knows
Yeah.
that
And
And
That
also,
I-
we're friends in real life, so you're not going anywhere. So you have to help.
no, and I literally live across the street from Scripps. So in Roundtree, so I can
So do
come
I.
and
So we're probably
neighbors.
close neighbors. We just moved here a couple months ago, so.
Yes.
well, there
so-
you go.
So it's really, honestly, I would tell you everybody will tell you I'm the honest one. It's not that big a deal. Look, see, Dr. Haas is nodding. I'm the honest one. It's really not that bad. We can set you up for success very easily.
Okay, well, I'm happy to be the treasurer then, so.
Sold. Thank you.
We
Amanda, you're
have-
my favorite.
and we have Mrs. McKay coming in here.
Hello, hi.
No.
Sorry, I'm just turning down my volume from a professional development that I'm on. Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Amanda, and thanks for sending out the email that you might be looking for help. I, if needed, would be happy to try and be the secretary. I have a sixth grader there right now, and he'll hopefully be there for 3 years unless Dan kicks him out. And then I have a going to be fifth grader, so you know, if things work out and I'm doing an okay job, hopefully I could be around for a while.
You actually think someone might like fire you? Volunteer position?
You have a very unique last name. Do you know anyone in the district?
Yes, I do know someone in the district, but despite that, I will do my best to fulfill the role. Hopefully his reputation won't rub off on me.
Let's hope the voting doesn't have any effect on you because of who you know in the district.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
I'm just teasing. Well, we appreciate your offer to be nominated for secretary. So that gives us 2 additional potential board members. I know we have 2 more, right? That were sent in the email that we need to follow up with.
I think there was one more.
Oh, and the one was if we needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to follow up with the one that Kim has the information for. And then Dr. Haas, if you hear anything else about the lead that you had as well, then let us know. We will put officially in the meeting minutes nominations for Amanda McKay for secretary and Amanda Miller for treasurer at this point. Does that work for everybody?
That sounds great.
Very
Yes.
good.
Excellent.
The additional
Thanks.
person also, I know her, she lives in Roundtree as well. So I think we can, I don't think it'll be a
It'll
problem.
be a big old round tree party.
That's right.
Except for me.
The McKays are moving to Roundtree. All right, if anybody has, if either of you ladies have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask us. I mean, do you have any questions right now? No? Okay.
I don't. I do have something you had asked for suggestions or whatever for staff appreciation. I do know something that's worked out great that the teachers we did not last year because everything was closed. The previous year we stocked the fridge for our teachers. So we put like grab and go things like obviously individual yogurts, cheese sticks, LaCroix, those little individual bags of carrots, the individual like hard-boiled eggs, the little hummus with the pretzels, and they raved about it. They could take it back to their desk. They love that. So just a suggestion, but
Excellent. Thank
They
you
did.
for that. I believe you and I were both on the same meeting last week with Mr.
oh,
Yes. And I did write all of the suggestions down. You guys at Orion Oaks had quite a few. So I did write them all down and we discussed them in a pre-meeting as well. And then Dr. Haas is going to bring it up tomorrow at their staff meeting to see if the teachers themselves have anything that really sparks their interest for things that would like motivate them, cheer them up, make them smile that week. So we're going to look into that. And like Melissa said earlier, if anyone's interested in helping us with staff appreciation coming up and just kind of either tagging along to see what we're doing or have any suggestions or give input or help us find avenues to get support for staff appreciation coming up May 3rd, please let us know now and we can add you to the meeting that we're going to have right after this. And Amanda Miller, are you on did you join our PTO Facebook page yet?
I think so. Yes, I think I was approved.
Okay, great. I know there's like 2 of them lingering out, like one of them's an old one that isn't active anymore, so it gets confusing.
Yeah, it's Scripps PTO.
I'll double check.
Don't worry, we'll approve you.
All right, does anyone have any questions? That's the last thing on my agenda. Yes, Birgit.
Amber, I think I heard you guys say that the meeting for staff appreciation after this is a separate link. If you're willing to have me join, I would love to be a part of that. I miss not being able to do so many things as a board member, and I know it's going to be limited, but if there's any small role that I can play in that staff appreciation week, I would love to do that. So either I would love to join the meeting or you can connect with me at another time.
No, absolutely. Melissa can send you the link. We don't even have it. Do we have it yet?
Nope, we don't have it. I'm going to put it right in the chat. Give me 1 second.
Oh, perfect.
Give me 1 second and I will add it to
We
the-
kind of decided
I was
last
just-
week we would talk later, but
I was just going to do a Teams meeting. Telling me I'm 3 hours late for a meeting. Hold on 1 second, I apologize. Give me 1 second. Why does it not want to let me do a Teams meeting?
Amber, are we set for the next meeting, May 18th?
yes, I think I wrote May 18th on the agenda.
Yep,
Is that date work for you?
works for me.
Then we will go with May 18th. So that will be our last meeting, also the meeting we vote at for official positions for next year and go over any open business. Melissa, can you have we should be able to have a final budget by then?
Yes, absolutely. There's really not much to it.
Yeah,
So
there
I'm
shouldn't be
wondering-
much other than staff appreciation and maybe if we donate to 8th grade celebration, which we usually do. I believe that's already in the budget.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, why can't I write in the Q&A?
Because you're not the host?
Yeah, it doesn't want me to put a thing in. the
If you
Q&A.
email it to me, I can email it to Birgit real quick.
Okay,
All right, so our meeting is adjourned at 7:30. Woo-hoo! Yay! Thank you,
Well
everybody.
done. Well done.
If-
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Amber,
wait.
just before I leave, I just want to make sure, because usually I do not, from what I can tell, other than checking with staff, I do not have any next steps, right? It's just, check with staff, find out 8th grade connection for the celebration, the staff liaison, right?
Yes, yes,
Got it.
please.
All right.
There's nothing better than giving them what they actually want. As long as it's within reason.
Right. I think when I leave, it's gonna shut everything down. So is
All
everyone
right,
ready?
Birgit.
All right.
check your email. I'll
wait,
email you.
wait, are there any other attendees that wanted to join the, well, they're gone. So we're good.
No one else raised their hand.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
Birgit, we'll get that meeting notice to you in just a minute.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Have a great night.